Many thanks for joining us on the newsroom. I am Folashade Ogurinde. The Federal High Court in Abuja stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from ending continuous voter registration (CVR) on June the 30th. Justice Mobolaji Olajuwon on Monday granted an order of interim injunction following the hearing of an argument on motion experte by Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP). The Electoral Empire had fixed June 30th as a deadline for the suspension of CVR across the country ahead of the 2023 general elections. Former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Godsday Orubebe has resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Orubebe disclosed his resignation in a letter addressed to Yocha Ayo, the national chairman of the PDP. The former minister said his resignation is effective immediately and that he has notified his ward chairman in Burutu LG of Delta State. Explaining the reasons for his resignation, Orubebe said the current situation in the PDP does not show that the party is prepared to win the presidential election in 2023. Gunmen have abducted the village head of Zira Yahaya Saleh and his son Mabibu Saleh in Toro local government area of Bauchi State. The abduction of the village head was confirmed by the Bauchi State Police Public Relations Officer Hamed Wakili. He explained that the gunmen attacked Zira village, which shares a border with Plateau State, on Saturday night and carried out the act. North Korea has recorded 18,820 more cases of fever and no new deaths amid its first official COVID-19 outbreak. This comes as North Korean authorities continue to insist infections in the impoverished country are being brought under control. The country has reported more than 4.6 million cases of fever during its first official outbreak, but authorities have not revealed how many of those patients tested positive for the coronavirus. The International Air Transport Association (IATA) has disclosed that airlines' unremitted revenues from Nigeria has risen to $450 million, representing 25% of the total amount of international carriers' funds held back by central banks of many countries, put at $1.6 billion by the end of April 2022. IATA Regional Vice President Africa and Middle East Kamil Alwadi, who made this known on Sunday in Doha, Qatar, said airfares charged by international carriers are 3 times higher than what obtains in most countries that do not retain airlines revenues. He also expressed fear that the fares might continue to rise until Nigeria could not be able to afford international travel, and that would eventually weaken the nation's economy. NATO Chief Jens Stoltenberg has warned that the war in Ukraine could last for years. The NATO chief has in the past week ramped up calls for alliance members to back Ukraine in its fight against Russia's invasion, repeating his calls for NATO member nations to continue delivering weapons to Kyiv. Stoltenberg said the hardware support could increase the likelihood of Ukraine being able to push Putin's troops out of Donbas region. And in sport, this year's edition of the prestigious award ceremony for African football, the CAF Awards 2022, will hold on July the 21st, 2022 in Morocco. The CAF Awards will be held ahead of the final Women's Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2023, scheduled to take place from July 2 to July the 23rd. The event will also coincide with the 2-year anniversary of the launch of the CAF Women's Football Strategy. And that's it from the newsroom. Many thanks for watching. I am Folashade Ogurinde. Bye for now.